my dear Aquarius. This is a reading about what the person most on your mind would want to happen between you two, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And today I'm reading in the order of the signs that showed most support to my channel in February by liking, commenting, subscribing, becoming members and watching the ads, helping me to free up time to put more content on this channel. If it was not for your support, there would simply be no channel. So thank you so much, Aquarius. And this reading will be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And for Aquarius, this will be a reading about what the person most on your mind would want to happen between you two. Can often be a conflict between head and heart, and this will be revealed here together with the most likely action they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. I will also reveal what they would tell you if they dared to tell the truth with the brutally honest oracle cards. For a cross-watcher, this reading will most likely be about where the Aquarius person's thoughts and feelings are at. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And I usually read for the empath's side of the story. Also remember that the other person holds up a mirror to your shadow, so you can be able to see it. In the end, you need to use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this general reading for you. And then we will use the THELEMA tarot with Renata Leshner artwork. It's a Luz Scarabeo production. And for the revealing of the truth, what they would tell you, I will use my own set of brutally honest oracle cards. You can find a link to buying the brutally honest oracle deck in the description box of this video. So I will start shuffling your cards, and when I open your deck here, I see the World together with 8 of Pentacles. So it seems like you Aquarius are on a completing journey. It's like you're completing something that you have worked on for a very long time. Okay, so I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Sun together with 8 of Pentacles. So you're working this through with your soulmates, with people that you have soul contracts with, and you have decided to go down on Earth and sort these certain issues out or become an expert in certain fields. So this is something that you're doing together with other people. These other people can at the time feel as your enemies or the worst person ever, but it's because they are challenging you where you need your education, or where you have your hiccups, or where you have your karmas and your trauma. So they are triggering you to put this, that this will come up to the surface so you can work on it. So revealing everything that's not being put to light. So everything that's being put to light like this, it's like if it was a shadow and light comes there, like the person shows you where you are traumatized, for example, by triggering you and triggering you and triggering you. This will itself become light when it's being put into awareness, into the loop. Okay, so I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we have the Magician with the 8 of Pentacles. And I immediately got scared when I saw the Magician card. So I'm thinking people will still challenging you and kind of manipulate you or put like trick you in ways to make you work on these different triggers that you have. And they are probably not aware of it. They're just being their normal self, and you are being your normal self, and you are triggering each other. But the Magician together with the 8 of Pentacles, it also shows that you have a lot of own responsibility for your creations. So be aware and awake, and take a decision that a grown-up, mature person would do. You can fake it until you make it. Even if you are grown up and mature, you have your weak spot here. So you can think, what would this person have done? If you have like a person that you idolize or think is making great choices. We can use spiritual leaders or idols or mentors and think, what would Jesus have done, for example? Okay. So I call the 6 elements, and here we have the Temperance card with the 8 of Pentacles. So it's just showing this with you being mixed together with a person that's a lot your opposite. They are holding the opposite of the wound or the opposite of the healing. So this is the second card for love. It's the alchemic wedding. It's when you meet someone that's totally different from you, and they rub off on you until you learn a lot of things, and hopefully they learn a lot of things as well. And this means that before you went into the relationship, this person was 100% themselves, and you were 100% yourself. But now you have grown. You're more than you were before. You have become maybe 200% because you learned the other person's point of view. And this is the act of temperance. It can feel like you are dating a demon or that you have a devil in your family, but it's just a person with a totally different view from you, and we might have certain expectation on that person that they can't fulfill. So the alchemic wedding, we also have the Sun card. That's the holy matrimony. Is when 2 whole people join together, or when you have become both your yin and your yang, like you're healed. Okay. And 8 of Pentacles, it just shows working on this over and over and over and over and over again, until it's perfect, okay, until you have been able to, you're not triggered anymore. It's like poof, it doesn't matter if a person is rude to you, you can still be nice, you don't take it personally, you tell the person how you want certain things to be, and you put boundaries, and you're just simply not triggered, okay. So, I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aquarius viewers. So we have the Empress here and the Queen of Wands. So it seems to be emphasis on you needing to be fully in your self-respect and not let anyone trick you or manipulate you. So even if you're triggered, keep your self-respect, keep your dignity, love yourself warmly and supportively, stand on your own side, know that you have a lot to give, and you are choosing who to give this to. Okay. So I want my dear Aquarius to have love in your life and to have also creative success and be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds to you and the person most on your mind and what they would want to happen between you two. Okay. So this will be the most likely action that this person will take when it comes to you and your relationship. And this is what the person most on your mind would want to happen between you two there. And this is kind of the background to this situation. And we have the Empress again. So I'm also feeling now another angle with the Empress and the Queen of Wands, that this person thinks that you are very attractive, and you're probably the one, you are the person that's they feel as their match, or they have felt this in the past here. It's the Foundation. So this is what they would most, what they would want to happen between you two. And we have the Sun, so they want this holy matrimony, or for you as a soulmate to come together in some kind of understanding, but they don't seem to have much hope. Maybe you are put yourself in a safe position, like with self-respect. You're only inviting nice people into your temple, into your garden. So this person probably feels a little bit left out in the cold here. Okay, and this is what will most likely happen, like the most likely action that they will take. This is what they would want to happen. This is what will actually happen. And we have a Page of Cups, so this is a offer of love It's from someone that has struggled a lot. They have felt a very strong connection with you, but it's something here. They might have been like a little bit like a fort, and the hermit being like they felt very safe together with you, but they made themselves maybe a little bit safe from you. So they lived in this castle here and with their treasures, and they were struggling with this, maybe with commitment, or with being maybe wealthy enough, or having a good enough job, good enough reputation, look good enough, be strong enough, be so this person wanted to have something to present to you or to give to you, and I feel like they didn't feel good enough, and that they have struggled with themselves a great deal. But here they might not have been able to be really revealing of their more vulnerable self, and here we have their vulnerable self making some kind of offer here with this goldfish. Okay, so we'll start with the past here and see what has been going on. And we have a 9 of Swords together with the Knight of Swords, so it seems to be some self-destructive behavior. Sometimes when we love a person a great deal, we also become very fearful, because that person gets a lot of power over us, and we start to think in our mind what would happen and what this person could do towards us. We start seeing ghosts everywhere, that this person is unfaithful, that they will get sick and tired of us, that if we don't keep up a very successful facade, they will see right through us and they will ditch us. But it feels like this person have turned these fears against you and become very fearful of what would happen to them. So instead of being your hero, they try to be their own little bit of desperate hero, trying to save themselves from some kind of probably imaginary danger. And when we fear certain things, it's often what will come to happen. If we fear, for example, a person will abandon us, and we keep that person on an arm's length distance in our life because of this fear of abandonment, then this person will abandon us because they never felt that we were close to them, and our worst fear is being realized. So this person is trying to prevent their worst fear from realizing with doing the actual thing that will make this fear being manifested. So it's self-destructive, but it's the only thing the person knows. They're trying to save themselves here. So with the 6 of Swords, they probably think that they're doing the most rational thing by, for example, moving away from you, because in the relationship they felt a lot of fear, and they were triggered a lot by the relationship and by the admiration and the love that they felt for you. So they thought that you and the relationship was the problem, and that they needed to move away from you to save themselves from this being triggered. And this might go for both of you actually, because there's a lot of swords here, so it can be the Aquarius, and I think both of you triggered the other person and both of you wanted to run away. And then we have a 3 of Wands with the Queen of Wands here. So even if we have tried to run away from the other person, it's still like some kind of connection here. The boat is there. They have like come out far, and but we're still connected, and we're still kind of thinking of each other, or at least it seems like you are thinking of the other person, or maybe you're dealing with a fire sign that's thinking a lot about you. And still we want to keep our self-respect. We have certain terms, how we want to be treated, how we want this relationship to be. So I'm thinking this person moved away, even if they loved you to death, they kind of moved away to save themselves, and you might have moved away from them to save yourself. So you're both saving yourself, but you're also both longing for each other and feeling, it's like a burning, I'm feeling burning sensation of, or like a little bit of like a wolf's hollow, like this I miss you kind of sound is what I'm feeling here. But in the same time, we're standing in our self-respect, and we don't want to negotiate on the terms for this relationship. So it actually feels like both of you are kind of in the same place. Both feel they were triggered and they blame the other person, and now they have like certain terms for how the relationship needs to be if we are going to have any connection. This is about making connections or waiting for your ship to come in. It's a little bit like a stalemate. Is where we are leaving it. We're longing for each other, but we don't want to be mistreated again. It goes for both, so both feels mistreated. Okay, so this is what they would want to happen between you two. And we have a 6 of Wands, so they want a victory. And I think this person wants to be understood. They want you to see things from their point of view and tell them that they were right. This would be a big relief for them, and they will feel like, yeah, I was right all along and I shouldn't have had to feel like this. So this is what I'm feeling when this person wants to be rectified or uplifted again in honor. The 6 of Wands is also this with communication, but now it's twice as much as it was here. Maybe here it was a longing. Now it's we really need this win. We need this to end in a good way. We want our happy ending, but definitely this person is a little bit prideful. They might not be fully ready to see their own like how they created this situation as well, together with you, and they would want this to be like them to be recognized for being right. I was right all along. Okay, and then we have the Tower. Knight of Swords and the Tower. This person wants you to come down from your high horse and be able to see their side of the story. So maybe not really ready to see their own side, but just wanting, it's almost like a child, I'm feeling, wanting the parent to see them and saying, I'm sorry, my child, I was wrong. I should never have put those demands on you, or told you this, or criticized you like this, or so they want justification, and they kind of want you on your knees for this. And it's I feel them, I understand them. But it's also that they haven't really made a certain epiphany that's needed here. And with the Magician, I don't think that they will make this epiphany anytime really soon. They have the capacity, but they're still a little bit like one-track mind, can only see it from their point of view. Maybe there has been a lack of communication. We just thought that the other person understood, or we didn't want to be rude to write it on their forehead that this is what I need from you, stupid. So there can have been a lack of communication that makes this person not being able to see your side, and they just see their own sad story. And here they would want to be able to manipulate you to probably say that you're sorry, or longing for them so much that you would want to come back, and because they are so glorious and they have so much to offer here with the Victory and the Tower and the Magician. So they would want to be celebrated for them being such a good catch is almost what I'm feeling here. They are such a good catch, and you need to realize this, and you need to come back crawling on your knees and admitting to you missing them a lot, and that you need them in your life. And here we have a 6 of Pentacles, so this is a little bit more humble with the 3 of Swords. So this is more a cry for help. This person really feels truly like unjustly treated, even if this is not true, is because they are seeing things from their point of view, and they feel very much like a victim in this situation, a victim to your behavior, and maybe you have put some ultimatum here, or put yourself in a position of self-respect that actually ended the relationship. And if this is the case, you probably carried a big chunk of the relationship before, like being the central sun in the relationship, and doing all the loving and all the giving. And maybe you stopped doing that because the person wasn't, they were all about protecting themselves and not so much about protecting you, what we saw here. So when you made this little bit revolution here, they felt like you betrayed the love that you had together. They felt like it was an equal give and take, and that they really truly loved you, but they were a victim in all this, and you made this journey of self-respect that ended the relationship, and here they are abandoned by you, exactly as how they feared. So we can see how a person can create this for themselves, like they weave the whole story. You probably do the same thing with them, or even with other relationship, that you weave a story about how it is, and then you end up feeling very hurt by the other person, and the other person might not have an idea of what's really going on, or what you feel, or your arguments, like your argumentation, or your view on things. They might not realize this, and this, the only person this person sees is like their point of view, that they were scared of being abandoned, you abandoned them. Now they want you to see how marvelous they are, so that you will come back to them, but they feel that this will never happen because something happened to you. We have 3 of Swords, 3 of Wands, so this is kind of it's the Empress is connected to the Empress, so it's a little bit Amazonia's warrior energy here. So they felt you have a good thing going, but you destroyed it by becoming all about yourself. And I think from your point of view, this person was all about themselves here, but they can't see it. They were just protecting themselves. It wasn't that bad when it came from them, because they are this vulnerable person. They know how it feels inside. They can't realize that you don't know how it feels inside of them, and that you felt like they were making you into the enemy or not supporting you. So you made a choice to support yourself, and now they feel abandoned exactly as they feared. So what they would want is for you to come back and kind of stroke them into healing. Like they want you to kiss and make up and tell them that they are the greatest one ever, and you have missed them so much, and you will continue giving what you gave before, and you will like kiss away their awi, their pain here. So they feel very much like a victim, and you had this soulmate kind of love, and then you just abandoned them. So they just see their side of things, and they are very blinded to be able to see any other side, and they are in this victim mentality state where they are both inflated with their ego and also making themselves into being a victim, that they want you to kind of be punished, or to see the consequences of your actions, so you will see how great they were all along, and you will come and fix this situation. Okay. So this is the most likely action that they will take, and we have a Page of Wands. Page of Wands, it at least shows that they will continue trying to figure this out, so that's a good thing. They want to grow as a person, they want to grow as a soul, so they are doing the best they can here. It might not be enough, but we'll see. And here we have the Chariot, so this a little bit inflated kind of energy with them still kind of being in the tower, totally blind for your point of view or what you were trying to say here with this Three of Wands, Queen of Wands, self-respect, ultimatum kind of thingy. And they still want to keep their tower, and they want to sit there in top of the tower having the crown on their head, being celebrated by you. They don't want to step down and humble themselves into kind of seeing their own side to this thing. But they are on a journey here, so it's not telling what will happen, but for right now they are very one-sided, and they think that you are almost like two enemy groups, and you are the one that's have done all the wrong thing, and they are the one that's justified, and you need to come back and fix this. And then we have a Four of Wands. So Four of Wands is them feeling this connection with you. The love doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't matter how much they convince themselves that they are in right, and that maybe they're moving away from you, or trying to heal from your relationship. Like their soul still wants peace and reconciliation with you here. So maybe it's going to be the other way around in the end. You put an ultimatum, and they still feel the connection and need to come back and see at least their part of things. But it's also important, of course, that you can see your part of things and own up to the things that were your trauma in the relationship, where you were triggered to become blind. Okay. And here we have a Seven of Wands. So they are trying to fight off this feeling of wanting to reconcile with you, or that they actually want to fix the relationship here, but they are fighting this urge because they want you to fix it. They are trying to stay in self-respect here, or protecting themselves. I think the story is like this. They protected themselves a lot. You got tired of this, put yourself in a position of self-respect, and they are trying to keep the position. They don't want to lose the tower position. That you are trying, you want things to be equal between you two. You want neither of you to sit in the tower, or both to live in the castle, not one being in the tower and the other one on the outside, which this person has. I think they have put you on that place because that's how they felt safe. And this is why you made the revolution, and you want justice, and they refuse to give it to you, even if they love you so much, but because they think this would be the most dangerous thing in the world. And here we have a Page of Pentacles. So it says that they are learning, okay? They are not perfect, and they have a lot of inner child healing to do, and I think you have come a little bit further along in this process. They are very vulnerable in this situation, and even if they wanted, they could probably not offer you this like offering you this, that I see things from your point of view, I understand why you kind of put this ultimatum on me, and I realize now what I need to do. They don't have this capacity. It would hurt too much, okay? They can't put themselves in that position. They still need so much protection for their little inner child, but it doesn't mean that all hope is gone, because the Page of Pentacles is also means that they want you, they are willing to learn. But you can see that you are so much in different position, that you are a much more whole person, and much more equipped to take care of yourself, and to learn how to not get triggered, while they are still like a total, I feel like it's so, everything that happens to them, it's like sticking a knife to their chest. So they're so vulnerable underneath the tower. So they have, it's like the tower is their only protection. And underneath that, they are very young, or very immature, or very unprotected, or very they don't have the wisdom for how to deal with the pain, for example, other than them being, I'm so little, I'm so small, you need to help me. So that's the only thing they can do. It's like a little rabbit here. We have two children in this deck. From my point of view, it seems like they are just not growing that much. But this shows a little bit more vulnerability. So I think this is connected to the lovers, and this is kind of messengers. So I think they would want a new start with you, but it can't be on equal terms because they are still this little baby. And if they would try to be more vulnerable with you, I'm not sure that they would make it in one piece. That they would, if they take off their survival shield and put down their survival instincts and meet you halfway, it's very likely that this person would go down in some kind of deep like personal like breakdown. Okay, Page of Cups, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. They are very vulnerable. So they want love with you, but they can't give it to you. The only one that can give love in this situation is the person holding the Queen of Wands, the person being in self-respect, and that I've seen this other person is hurt all along, but decided that it was unfair because you are traumatized too. You have your own problems. You don't always want to be the bigger person and the person fixing everything. But with this person, they are not at a position where they could give you the fair treatment, because that would break them into like small pieces of grain. Yes, acting from my ego, definitely, and they will continue doing so. The death of the ego needs to happen, but we don't want like the inner child to die in the process. Okay, so the death of the ego, it means that a person says, I'm sorry, and I did wrong, and the other person says, it's all right, I see where you're coming from, and we need to work this out. I don't want you to behave like this towards me ever again, but I realize that we have problems and we need to discuss it, we need to fix it. So that would maybe make this little child survive. But if you would go all tough on them and be like, you really need this person on their knees to have this relationship being rectified, that would not go down well for this person. They could have a breakdown, like a mental breakdown, or their inner child would be very traumatized by that. So if they are unsure with you, what you would do, if you would welcome them, or if you would be like all snappy and say, I don't care about your sorrows, you never cared about mine, that's something that this person can't take. Their ego needs to die, yes, their ego needs to break down, definitely, but we don't want to break down of the inner child in the process. I never felt safe loving you. That's an understatement, and that's why they protected themselves so much with this this energy here, and they kind of run away from you, or were very unavailable to you, or maybe they were kind of putting head over heart a lot and coming with a lot of wise words why your relationship wouldn't work out, or why they couldn't give you this, or why they couldn't give you that. So they were rationalizing, but really they were just feeling very unsafe, and was never good enough for you. This is I think this is not because you probably behaved in ways that made them feel insignificant, because you have the Empress and the Queen of Wands here is very grown up, and all they have is these babies, you know, and the false sense of self with the Chariot here and the Knight of Swords living in the Tower. So they felt very insignificant. and you felt like they were insignificant because they weren't able to act properly, or like an adult human being giving you the fair treatment in the relationship. You probably felt very, very sad here in this relationship, and very like, I'm giving all this, why this person acting like the devil? And why they're acting like the devil is because they have a traumatized inner child in the bottom of the well here, and the devil is what came out instead of this their core being, like their soul being, the one that came from heaven once. It crashed so hard into the earth that it kind of died a little bit, and the devil came in its place, and this devil hurt you a lot, even if there were love there. Now this inner child is coming back. We can see it comes back with the healing from your love. It comes back, but the person is nowhere near ready to break down their own tower of the ego tower. It would be too traumatic for them at this point. It was important for me to be the provider. So even if you were the one that was really cool, they wanted to be the one that was, you know, cool. So even if everyone knew, like they knew, you knew, their friends knew, their family knew that you were the one that, you know, came with the goods and were the one that's keeping the relationship together and being wise and smart and adult. It was important for them that this wasn't talked about, that they were actually the one that was the cool one. So they wanted you to lie about this and, you know, pamper their ego and make them like, oh, I'm such a great person, and admit that you love me to death. And so it's very much like me. And you wanted it to be a little bit more equal, like you had standards here. But they also say it has always been you, and we can see that with the Empress, is the person seeing you as the one like important person. But you see, it's not an equal relationship from the get-go. Let's say that on a soul level you are totally equal. You went down here totally fine with your beautiful souls, straight from heaven. It's only light, only love. And then this person crashed into the earth. They might have come into ancestral line of humans where there was a lot of trauma, maybe from war and from people being very cold and cutting towards each other, having very little empathy for one another. So this soul that came and was mangled by this reality here on earth became very traumatized. So they cannot be in their full soul self. They are just this little baby here when they are in this body, and they can't help it. It has nothing to do with their soul. They probably came here to put light into this very heavy ancestral line that have had experienced a lot of trauma towards the centuries or the generations. So they have maybe even a tougher job than you. And it might also be, of course, that there's a difference between souls, that you have more experience from living on earth, so you're more skilled. And for them it was like a harsh reality that faced them when being born here, a reality that you might have faced many times, but they hadn't. Or it can even be like this, that you have been born a lot like a poor person or a victim a lot of times, like 100 or 1,000 times, and you grow very strong from that and learn that nothing can, you know, break me. Doesn't matter what happened, I'm always going to be safe. And they might have been born into royal families or people that was very sheltered, so they are used to that kind of treatment, and so they have never been seasoned by life and never felt the harsh reality. So it's a real crash and burn is what I'm feeling for this person. So whatever you ask from them, when it comes to being an adult or being able to give equally, it's not going to happen. Everything reminds me of you. I love you more than words can say. And that's true. It's a very much a soulmate kind of love. But you have made yourself unreachable for them because they can't live up to these expectations and treat you like royalty because they feel like dirt. Here. Okay. So I don't know what to advise you. I don't want you to be mangled by this relationship or be this person's like their armor in some way. I want you to be able to be in a happy relationship, but we'll see what the divine says about the future for this relationship. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So I'm thinking the divine would want you to help this person to see that there can be love in this world. And if you're up for it, fine. But I'm also thinking about you, and I don't want you to be ending up in this position here. So if you feel like, well, I could be the bigger person for this and help them with their healing so that they can grow, that's fine. Flirt. So I'm thinking this might talk about not making this relationship so serious, to not put all your eggs in this basket, or not put all your hopes on your future dreams and plans and everything with this, because it's unfair, because this is a baby, so you can't put a lot of demands on this relationship. But if you could keep it on an easy level without making it too serious, and see this person for who they are. This is what they offered me in the past. It will be most likely what they will be able to offer me in the future. But I feel my soul's calling is to help this person heal this ancestral line. So that's my work here, and I will do it. But in other case, you know, flirt with someone else. So, okay. I will also take from Lover's Oracle to see what their soul would want to say to you. So we have more of this peace doves here. And it's wings also on this person, even if they feel very egocentric. Okay. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. We have children here, 1, 2, 3, and it's new. So it's a possibility for you to have a new relationship with this person, like to start anew, forget the past, and you can also keep your self-respect and know your value and what you want, and you could teach this person, like how I want to be treated, how I don't want to be treated. So this could be a way where you could start anew. But with all these babies, there's also a possibility for you to leave this entire relationship behind and find someone new. And then we have this from their soul message. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. And I'm thinking it's this. This person can't live up to any grown-up expectations, like you should commit, you should be loyal, you should do this, you should do that. It's not going to happen. If you want that, you need to get another partner. And if you love this person for who they are, maybe your trigger is that you want marriage, you want commitment, you want to be respectfully treated, and these are your wounds. So if this person can't give this to you, you will be very triggered, and you will have to work with your wounds, which you want sureness, you want control, you want to know where the relationship is going, you want to know that this is going to end well. And here you are kind of asked to give this person space. If you love them for who they are. If you can't love them for who they are, let them go and find someone that can give you what you need instead. Okay, so my dear Aquarius, I hope this was helpful. I would urge you to watch the reading their true thoughts and feelings for your sign in their true thoughts and feelings playlist that will probably reveal more about this situation. And if you like my content and want to see more videos like this on how to heal yourself and make yourself ready for that true romantic partner of yours, or if you just want to work on spiritual growth, remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification to get a heads up when a new video is ready and waiting for you. And if you subscribe, you can also become a member to my channel and get access to my premium content videos. Readings for the membership collective, ads-free tarot videos ahead of time, these tarot videos ahead of time for extended members, and personal readings for full members. So click the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. And for my regular viewers, not much have changed, except you get more videos from me, and the old type of videos arrives a few days earlier than they did before. They are now being posted Thursday to Sunday instead of Tuesday to Friday the following week. And to not miss out on any other content, you can visit my channel. There's a lot of different playlists there with your favorite videos. And if you click the arrow to see more, you will only see the last 12 videos from that playlist. So rather click the headline to see all the videos that the playlist contains. And thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I'm seeing someone is playing with the light a little bit. That happens sometimes when we have spirits present. So thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I'm truly grateful for my wonderful, loving and supporting viewers. Until next time, take really good care. And also Spirit says bye-bye. Okay.